Hi, I'm Mom and I welcome you all to MomDas Life Handmade, and I welcome you all today for the monthly SAO collaboration. It's an open collaboration that is hosted every month called SAO Your Stash. SAO Your Stash is the open collaboration where I with my friends every month we share a sewing project. It's all about sharing our love for stitching, and if you have your project this month, join us by adding your video to the playlist link that is given below the description box of this video. And if you have any problem adding your video to the playlist, do let me know. Every month we share a sewing project, and if you are one of the people who love stitching, please create a project. If you haven't done this month, join us the coming months. Apart from stitching, I love to do a lot of DIY, decor, home, recipe, sew, everything in budget. And if you're new to this channel and if you like the content of this channel, do subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button given below the video and hit the notification bell so that you're notified each time I post my video. This month and the coming month, because I have a little shortage of time because my kids are having annual examination of their schools, so I have decided to pick up a very small project, and this project is very appropriate for beginners. Anybody who can handle a pair of scissors, can thread a needle and do a little run stitch up and down a fabric. That's all you need to know to do this cute project. It looks a masterpiece but can be done by beginners. It's a perfect piece for everybody and anybody who loves to stitch. For I'm going to make a pin cushion, not any ordinary pin cushion, but a beautiful flower pot pin cushion. And this will also make a perfect decor piece for this season, for the spring season, and therefore a perfect sew gift for the spring as well. So let's get started. I'm sitting with this old vintage simplicity book. It's a very old book, and this belonged to a cousin of my friend who was studying fashion designing. I borrowed this book from my friend, and this has got really pretty patterns, beautiful ones, and I've marked a few. Hopefully I'll make them sometime. And I'm going to share with you what caught my eye. It's a small project but a very cute one, and you can see these flower pots here. These are actually pin cushion holders, and I'm going to try making one of them. It's a simple project, perfect for the spring and people who love to stitch. There are so many varieties of them. So let me start. The fabric that I'm using, one is the soft pink and white check. The other is white polka dot and orange, and this is a very loose woven cotton fabric, and it is light and dark green weave. I'll use this also. To begin, I took a disposable paper coffee cup, and I have cut this check fabric in a size of more than double, about 2.5 times that of this coffee cup opening. This is in the shape of a circle. Then I cut out a thin strip of this light green fabric. It's about 2 times the whole circumference, so it's double the length of its circumference. And then I have 8 squares of 3 inches square of this white on orange polka dot fabric. I have some jute twine. I'm going to use needle and thread. This is double thread on the needle, and I have put a knot in the other end. I'll use some glue as well and some scissors. This is a square piece. I'm going to fold it once and then fold them in like this. So it forms a triangle with the slit here, and all the raw edges come on one side. Now taking my needle and thread, I just do simple run stitches to secure these things together. I've come till the midline. Now I'll take the second piece. I'll just overlap it on the other half. Now here I have attached all the 8 pieces together, and this was my starting point and this was the last piece. Now I'll have to make a full circle. So this would come like this, and the first one will overlap the last one, and I'll stitch the similar way. Now I have this flower kind of thing arranged here. Now if I want to tighten it, I just have to pull the string because it's just a simple run stitch. So this stays separate. It needs to adjust inside this cup. So just pull the string and adjust the pleats evenly so that it looks nice. Yeah, now it has come to the size of the cup. Now I'll tie a knot here. Now the petals of the flower is done. I'll keep this aside. I also need a piece of cardboard, some sharp scissors to cut it, a pen and some cotton as well. I also need something to add weight to this project. So I'm using this glass chips. You can use pebbles or pulses, something like that. Basically something to keep this pot steady. So now taking this cup, I'm going to upturn and mark its circumference. Now there's an outer rim, so I will cut a little inside this. Now I have a circular cardboard piece which can fit into this. Now I'll take the circular piece of check fabric and I turned it wrong side facing me, and taking my needle and thread, I'm going to add a knot on the other end and just go around with the run stitch here. It's a very easy project because it just uses some run stitching, hand stitching with run stitches. It's just very simple. It's basically a beginner's project, but it looks so good when it's done. Now I went with a run stitch all around. I've come to the starting point and it's already started forming a pouch. The cardboard piece will not only keep the cotton in place but also give a firm shape to this whole thing. Now pulling it everything together. If I had not used the cardboard piece, it would have become a globe kind of thing. Now it's a hemisphere. Now this is just how I wanted it. Just the cotton a little. Now this is just how it should be, and this is how the flower would turn out. I'll tie a knot here, securing everything together. Now I'll simply attach this with this. One can stitch it because these are fabrics, or one can just glue them together. Now this portion and the petals are joined together by simple stitching the two pieces together. Now what about this piece? There are some raw edges. Let these raw edges be there. Rather enhance them a little more by pulling out the strings, the threads from the edge as much or as little as you want them. This is the reason why I chose this even loose weave fabric, so that I can take this threads out and give it a raw edge easily. So once you're happy with the result, it's again time for a little run stitch along the whole length through the center of it. So that the exact length is reached. Now make a knot here. Here is my cup, and on the edge I am adding some glue. This is white craft glue, or you can use fabric glue or hot glue gun, and basically to secure this fabric lace that we just created. Here is it, and I'll just slip this over it, and before pushing it up, just evenly spread out the pleats so that it looks pretty. Don't worry about the stitch line showing, it will soon get covered. Now taking some jute twine, I'm going to tie a simple knot where I want it to be the front or the face. Now some glue on this rim, and just inside it I've added some glue here on the rim and inside it, and I'm going to add this pebbles or glass chips, whatever, basically weight, and then fix my flower pin cushion here. Once it's dry, it's just ready.